Hey, bourbon brothers and sisters, Angry Mac is back today to take you along with him on his craft journey. Where will the craft journey bring me today? Well, you see these bottles are still Austin. But before we get into it, can you please subscribe, share? If this came up on your algorithm, it's for a reason. You enjoy it, I enjoy it, let's enjoy it together. Let's learn together. Maybe you find something that you've never had before, or maybe you just enjoy the story. So subscribe. Let's get into this. Still Austin, Texas whiskey done right. It's done right, I believe so. Company started back in 2012 when Cleveland Seals, the founder, the owner, retired, and he was trying to figure out something to do post-retirement. He had just a whim on whiskey, I suppose. Grabbed his son and they decided to start a company. His son, I believe his name is Christopher. He was a financial guy. They ran some numbers. They had some backing. The laws in 2013 changed a little bit and allowed them to open a craft distillery down there in Austin, Texas. This is where we are right now. This is where we are right now. So let's get into it. Why are people still sleeping on Still Austin? They've been putting out some great stuff for quite some time now, really have. 2 bottles in front of me. I have the Red Corn, I believe it's a bottle and bond, Red Corn, and Still Austin, the cask strength. Mine, I don't even know what it's coming in at, but here in New York, I didn't even find this one in New York, but we'll get into this later. People are talking about Still Austin. You get a lot of talk at social media. You get a lot of talk at bottle shares. You see bottles popping up, but it's still not around. It's still not as big as it should be. Some of the talk on Still Austin seemed to have died down a little bit, and it shouldn't be. It should be perking up quite a bit. And if you aren't trying it, if you haven't tried it, if you haven't asked questions about it, you're missing out on one hell of a craft. Really, one hell of a craft. It is a craft from Texas, Austin, Texas. And I know people think of Texas and they don't think of great whiskey. Texas, let's face it, for you whiskey aficionados, collectors, hobbyists, even people who live in Texas, Texas whiskey doesn't have the greatest reputation at all. People think it's rushed. People think it's too young. People think it's too hot. People think it's just okay put in great bottles. That is not the truth for everyone. You know, I think personally Texas whiskeys are hit or miss for me. I have companies like Garrison Brothers and Balcones who drink a little too hot for me, a little too spicy. I don't know why. I'm just going to try finding them. Milliman Green I happen to love, and Still Austin I happen to love. Iron Root I hear is fantastic. I have not had any up to this point, but a lot of them are hits or misses. But I think the misses in people's minds are big swing and misses, where the hits are big hits, but nobody's talking about them. You know, but here we are. We have Still Austin, who I believe is a big hit. So if you want to think great whiskey coming out of Texas, think Still Austin, because it's worth thinking about it. And let's start what they do. They're grain to glass. They're white corn, Barretto rye, and Wildfire malted barley. Not sure Wildfire malted barley is, or Barretto rye is, but I'll tell you, it goes in these bottles and it tastes fantastic. What makes them a true craft distiller is not only they use local farms, they don't source their grains, it's local farms. I believe there are about only 2 of them used, and these farms are going mostly organic, non-GMOs. Everything comes from Texas. They're not importing grains from any other place in our country or out of the country. So that is a big plus. They're milling their own grain, they're mashing, they're fermenting, they're distilling, and then they're aging right down there in the Texas heat. In-house, everything done there. These are no shortcuts, no bullshit. This is craft distillers getting their hands in the dirt, doing the dirty work from start to finish. Craft distillers really have a lot of credit and are held, at least in my mind, in a very high esteem. And again, a lot of them are owned by families and good friends, and that's where it all starts. And I think that is why Still Austin and craft distillers really are a big deal. They really are a big deal because it starts with family and it starts with incredibly hard work. Then we go down and we have that Texas weather, that Texas Terrier. That is real. That is no joke. And I know purists don't want to hear it because it is damn hot there. But as hot as it is, the whiskey that they have in that barrel is really doing work for that whiskey. It is really moving that whiskey. And from what I understand, you could have 15 to 20% angel share in the first year. It is so damn hot down there. And that also could be a problem because you're getting this heat. You're getting quicker maturation. You're getting big, bold flavors. You're getting nice oakiness. Then you go on the reverse side. If it's not done well, that oak will kill you. If it's not watched and looked at properly, you're going to get something that is over oak, tastes like barrel, and bitter. So the balance there and what they're doing, you really need experts. And they do have an expert distiller there, and they're doing it right. They're doing it right once again, watching, learning from what they're doing, and getting better all the time. Still Austin figured it out. They figured out whatever they're doing is working for them. So we have, when we look at their whiskeys, we have bourbons. The bourbons are flavorful. The bourbons have some spice to it, some oakiness, bold, really good. The ryes I find are a little bit spicy. They're a little hotter. I think they drink usually overproof, but they're not overdone. It's a very nice drink. I like them. If you want them in a mixer, they're great mixers because that spice really pops out. You put them with some ice or in a glass, however you want to drink it. The ryes are really good. My favorites are the bottle and bonds. I'm a huge fan of the red corn and the blue corn. Then we have things like Tanager. We have, what's the other one? The Monster Mash. And there are single barrels. There are special releases, things of that nature. And let's not forget the great artwork. Unbelievable artwork by a world-renowned artist named Mark Burkhart. So this is some of the best artwork in the business. But when we get down to the blending, in Still Austin, Texas, they have a legend. So Mr. Seals was brilliant enough to realize we want a legend down here. So who do they call? They pick up the phone and they call Nancy Freely. Nancy Freely, a legend in her own. So she goes down to Texas and she has her own picks and she is blending and she is bringing things down there. She brought with her a process of a slow reduction water release that's usually from I think from England and Spain and for cognac. I believe that's it, where they're losing so much water at a great pace and so much whiskey at a great pace. It has to be slowly put in there. It can't be put in there quick. And she brought that with her. And if anybody knows about Nancy Freely, and if you're in the whiskey community, you've at least heard the name. She is a genius. Whatever she touches is gold. So if you get a chance to get any of her picks or be involved in anything that she's working on, especially down there, Still Austin, absolutely phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So they have things going from world-renowned artists doing the artwork, from geniuses and legends, Nancy Freely, from a great master distiller who knows how to use the temperature and check and monitor and bring you great things. The question is, why the hell are people still sleeping on Still Austin? I'm going to give you 3 reasons why it's still being slept on, and none of it has to do with the product or the flavor, to be honest with you. None of it. The reason they're slept on is, 1, distribution. Distribution's not great. I'm here in New York, and I'm very lucky that if I could find the cask strength and some of the basic stuffs. I can't find the blue corn or the red corn or any special releases. I have to go online and I have to find them and pay the shipping cost or get a friend to ship them to me. I'm still paying them to ship it to me, so I can't get it. So the distribution is not great. So we often, what we don't see, we're not buying. You know, what we're not getting a sample of, we're not buying. But I can tell you this is worth the extra money for shipping, but that's one of the reasons. Once again, nothing to do with the product. Nothing to do with the product, but outside influences. Some people believe, well, it's not Kentucky. The only good stuff comes from Kentucky. And let's face it, it's Texas. Nothing good comes from Texas regarding whiskey, and both are false. That is a lazy way of thinking. It's an excuse why not to try something new, especially when it is a craft. And let's face it, you're not finding legacy outside of Kentucky. You know, I'm sorry. Yes, you are, but that would be Tennessee and that would be Jack Daniels. But besides that, you're really not finding any legacy. Maybe some heritage outside, but not legacy. So they tend not to like the craft. Craft, Texas, I'm not even going to try it. Don't care. So they're not looking into it. Once again, lazy mindset. But again, nothing to do with what's in the glass. And the last one is the craft stigma. The craft stigma and the Texas stigma. I had a craft once. It was really no good. Okay. I had some from Texas. I didn't like it at all. Okay. I asked these people, have you ever went to a bad movie? Oh, yeah, I went to a bad movie. And the question is, you went back? You tried another movie? Really? That is your excuse? So the reason why people are sleeping on Still Austin has nothing to do with the product, but has to do with other outside factors and laziness and cost of shipping distribution. So it's nothing to do with the actual product. So 3 things for me to counter that. It's worth the shipping, and I understand you're going to pay $10 to $15 more. It is worth it. I'm telling you that right now. You let me know if it's not. It's not in Kentucky. Kentucky is great. The craft stigma is real. All right? Now, here is the real deal. Here is the real deal. If you're thinking about having it, you should. If you're not having it, you're behind the curve on great tastes, great flavors. This is real distilling, real flavor, real identity. What you're not getting is hyped up nonsense. And that matters. We'd rather have the real than the nonsense. That's just how it is. So go find yourself a bottle. It's worth the shipping cost. Go find yourself a bottle. It's worth a little extra hunting. Then leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Say, hey, Mac, you're out of your mind. You wouldn't be the first one to tell me this. My wife tells me this all the time. My father told me. My mother told me. My siblings tell me. My friends tell me. Everybody tells me. So I'm used to hearing it. It's not going to offend me or hurt my feelings. Tell me I'm wrong. Let's get a little respect for Texas whiskey. Now, a little story goes, I'm going to drink a little of this red corn right now. Cleveland Seals and his son Chris apparently weren't extremely close before they started this company. So when they started exploring the company and they started figuring it out, they had many, many glasses to figure it out, and they had many discussions, and apparently right now, and I believe it, they're closer than ever because the whiskey brought them together. Find the people you love. Give them a hug because tomorrow's no guarantee. I hope Cleveland and his son Christopher get a lot of hugs together now, and it's never what's in the glass, it's always who you're sharing with. It brings fathers and sons together, helps build relationships. Cheers, everybody. Here's some Still Austin. This red corn is absolutely amazing. Cheers again.